Hello, I'm Callum Dilietto, and this is Season 3 of the Flock Together podcast in partnership with Visit Norway. And we're here today at Shangri-La at the Shard, London, and I'm joined by Alicia.
Hey.
Hello, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you.
So you're kind of you're an existing member of the Flock community prior to being on the podcast, which is very unusual for most, but we've been to Berlin together.
We have.
Which was fantastic.
It was great. Yeah.
It was really, really good.
Still remember those Travies?
Yeah. Trying to navigate around the city
in the snow, I think.
The oldest car possible. Yeah, and then it started snowing, and I was driving, and I remember like the gear stick was like so difficult to like work, or it was like a wheel thing, and I just remember the people in my car were like, we're going to die.
Yeah, I was like that in the back of another one. I was just like, what's going on? Like, what?
I don't know if it's better to be in control of the really hard car to drive and be responsible for everyone else, or to be a passenger and fear for your life. So I think either way it wasn't good.
Yeah, it's pretty scary times. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a pleasure to finally get you on the podcast.
Thanks.
The first part is all about remembering.
Yes.
So what was your first ever work trip?
My first ever work trip. So way back in the day, I used to work for a tour operator. So my first trip was for Fuerteventura in the Canaries, and I was actually a holiday rep, believe it or not. Yeah.
Interesting. Yep. I feel like you're too sophisticated to be a holiday rep. I think I always picture like wild.
I don't give the vibe of a holiday rep, no. But technically, when you arrive, they profile you pretty quickly. So I was moved into like the 5-star and a la carte resort. So we actually were technically called guest relations team.
Okay, so they looked at you and immediately like luxury.
Over there.
Yeah, you're a luxury one. We'll move you into that section.
Yeah,
okay, that makes so much more sense now.
Yes.
Couldn't see you at like.
No, not like the standard holiday rep.
Big fish, little fish, cardboard box.
Yeah.
No,
still had lots of friends. Still hang around with them. It was fine. But yeah, when we just went off during the day, different hotels completely.
And what was your most recent work trip?
My most recent one was to M&I Lux in Bodrum.
Nice.
So yeah, at the end of last year. So yeah, amazing, great trip. The hotel was beautiful. Was in Lujo in Bodrum, which is absolutely stunning. Right on the beach, many restaurants. Like I'm a bit of a foodie, love food. Lots of restaurants. Then we got to meet so many different suppliers, buyers, etc. It was great.
I think that's one of my favourite things about our industry is that like we all connect and come together in so many different ways, so frequently all over the world. Like other sectors and other industries, they might meet like once or twice a year at a big conference, but I mean, we're always constantly connecting. Yeah,
we see each other all the time. I guess we work with so many of the same hotels, vendors, and I guess everyone, it's not necessarily like your competition at these places. Like you arrive as an individual, then you meet so many people, you leave with like 10, 20, God knows how many connections.
Yeah. The next part is about sort of revisiting.
Yes.
So if you could transport yourself back in time to kind of relive a destination experience you've had, what would it be?
It would be in Belize, in Central America. Your face. Oh.
No, I like that. Oh. I like it when someone gives me an answer I haven't heard before. So yeah, okay.
Like different. And again, probably a slightly different one for me. So again, me, when I was younger, did backpacking, but it was, again, slightly civilised backpacking. It was a group trip of all of us. And we went through Central America, and obviously most of it Spanish speaking. And then we got to Belize, and I don't know, I think it was just a bit of a culture shock. I wasn't expecting it. And back in the day, I didn't do any research into anything. I just went on the trip. And it had a bit of a Caribbean vibe, laid back vibe. Everyone was speaking English. Like there was food that I recognised. I was just like, oh my God. Then we went to this island called Kikoka, which is tiny. Like it's probably only about like 4 miles long. And it was very like surfer vibes, and there were no vehicles. Everyone drove around in golf carts. I was just like, what is this place? So yeah.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Do you know, my New Year's resolution actually is to visit somewhere in South America. It's the only continent I haven't ticked off, and I need to get there. But now maybe Belize is the...
Belize, yeah, like it's, very, I don't know, it was weird. We ended up like one night in like a karaoke bar with like locals singing reggae, and like I was just like, what is going on in this place?
I did exactly the same thing in St. Lucia. There was one night where like we had nothing on, and there was a karaoke bar and locals singing karaoke. I was like, this is a vibe.
Yeah, this is it. This is where I am. But then it was like we left there, and then I think we went to like Guatemala or something. Then it kind of went back to being very like what they'd imagine Central America to be like. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if you could make any hotel a home, what would it be?
It would be Four Seasons Langkawi.
Nice.
Yes. So it happened to be where we went to for our honeymoon last year. But yeah, absolutely stunning, huge resort, right on the beachfront, private beach. All of the accommodations low level, so it's like either like pavilions or villas. Huge bath, I love a hotel bath. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Restaurants, food, staff, everyone.
I nearly went to Langkawi, but I didn't. So I've never been, but I remember like researching it, looking at it, like there was going to be an event there, and I was getting very excited. So yeah,
Do it. Like it is amazing. And it's very like untouched as well, like tropical. The resort as well, like you feel like you're in like a Malaysian village. Like it was all very like I guess I don't know, quaint, or very like dark woods, and like lots of nature. There was like monkeys and like tropical birds everywhere.
And did you do any other parts of Malaysia while you were there?
Yes, went to Kuala Lumpur as well. Yeah, and then I guess during the stay at Langkawi, we did like a boat trip into the mangroves as well.
So nice. Yeah, great honeymoon.
I know, it wasn't bad.
I mean,
can't complain.
If I was going to predict anyone to have like a super luxury, amazing honeymoon, I would have put my money on you.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It was pretty good. Yeah, not gonna complain.
Gonna make my move. I'm all in, got nothing to lose. Oh my, gonna shake it off. It ain't no thing, it ain't no thing. Oh my, doing what I want. Gonna do my thing, Put it up high and take it low. I'm feeling right from head to toe. Light it up and let it roll. Here I go.
The next part is about reimagining your role and coming up with an incentive, not for clients, but for yourself. Now, a honeymoon is almost like creating an incentive for yourself. So you have to kind of go one step further than that. But where would you go? What would you do? And which celebrity would you bring with you?
What would I take? I would go a place in Turkey called Cappadocia. I think I've said it right, I hope.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. I guess I've just been admiring it from afar. I'm like, I want to go in a hot air balloon. I want to do that. So yes, that would be where it'd be. It might be now, having been to Bodrum, it might be twinned with Bodrum as well. Not too sure. But I guess essentially doing a sunrise trip on the hot air balloons, maybe like a nice breakfast somewhere, then a cave dinner for sure. I also want a cave bedroom as well. That's going to be in it.
I also want a cave bedroom. Just
Yes,
for the
just all about the caves. What else do I want to do? Potentially horse riding.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can you ride?
I can kind of.
It's fine.
I've done it maybe once.
It's your fantasy. You can ride.
Exactly. I can
Yeah.
ride in this.
Yeah.
Yes, I can ride.
And which celebrity?
This was a hard one for me, but I've decided on Kelly Rowland.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I feel like people always go Beyonce, but Kelly Rowland, you know, she was there. She's in Destiny's Child, Nelly and Kelly, like everything.
I think I prefer Kelly Rowland.
Me too.
Just because, like you say, she's overhyped. Everyone bigs her up too much.
Yeah.
Whereas I reckon Kelly's probably a little bit more modest. She's a bit less diva.
Exactly.
And I reckon she'd just be a nice person to hang around with.
Yeah, nice person. She had all the stories, like she's glam, like, love it.
Still a legend. Still got an incredible
100%.
voice. You know, still got bangers upon bangers. But just maybe less of the, you know.
Yeah, maybe like a slightly less diva, maybe a bit more approachable. I think that's what it is.
Approachable. That's
Yeah,
the word.
Like,
yeah.
kind of like a normal conversation without being like, oh my God, it's Beyonce.
Yeah. You and Kelly Rowland just in a hot air balloon in Cappadocia.
Imagine.
If you could get her to sing any song whilst you were up in the air, which would it be?
It would still be like the Nelly and Kelly. Well, I know it's not Destiny's Child at all.
You can play Nelly.
I'll be Nelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a little pause.
The final part of the podcast is reforms. It's
Yeah.
your opportunity to kind of like speak to the industry, your letter to the industry, what would it be?
Letter to the industry. For me, I guess being black female, it would be about diversity. I do think the industry is great, it's amazing, but I do think that we don't have enough representation in the industry. I guess of all levels, all roles, and I think it doesn't necessarily just have to be in the planners, like the planning room. I think from, I guess, the execs, even the suppliers as well, just having a bit more, I don't know, understanding of cultural differences and nuances, but then not even necessarily just down to race. It could be in terms of like abilities or dietaries, who knows, but yeah.
Yeah, I've over the years I've done lots of different like research projects around it, and it doesn't feel like the dial's really moving much.
No.
And I don't know if it's further down, right at the source of like maybe like talent isn't just aware of the industry, or I don't know if it's where people are recruiting or how they're recruiting, or if it's mainly just like people keep falling into this industry. And I think that the reason they're falling in is maybe because it's word of mouth and through a person, and that becomes not quite nepotistic, but also almost a little bit, and then that kind of restricts diversity.
Kind of like keeps growth, or stops it from growing essentially. And I think people need to see someone as well sometimes. So it's kind of like we need to make sure, I guess, the leaders or the people like fronting companies, should we say, just need to be a bit more diverse, I think.
Yeah, there's an organ rejection if, you can bring someone from any kind of different diverse background into a company, but if they feel like they're the only one of whatever it is, then chances are there'll be that kind of, they're not going to feel comfortable, and then they'll either leave or it just won't.
Yeah, they won't necessarily feel like they've got a voice to say. And I think that's the thing as well, that once you do have diverse people in the team, making sure you are utilising them, asking them questions, like seeing their opinion on things as well. Because sometimes it can be, well, a lot of the time it can be really valuable. Like even down to some venues may not realise that, say, some artwork or something that they're close to might offend someone if no one's ever thought about it or haven't got a diverse team.
No, I think that's really good. The only way I can relate in any way as a straight white male, but I'm from a council house. Like I grew up in council house, single mum, and I remember one of my first jobs going into an office, and it was very white, middle class, and even though appearance-wise everyone thought, oh, he's one of us, like I remember feeling very like, I don't belong here. Like everyone was like talking about, oh, this and that, and oh, we went skiing yesterday, and I was just like, I don't feel right.
Like, I didn't.
And that wasn't something that could be seen. So it was like it was socioeconomic diversity.
Yeah.
But it again, I think it's all factors. I think it's that feeling where you're like, oh, do I belong here?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
And it's the duty of everyone else around to say, yeah, you do belong here. Come along.
Like, come along. What do you think? How is this? Like,
The final part of the podcast is just a quick fire round.
Oh.
So, packing, last minute or week before?
I'm actually like that a month before.
A month?
I'm like an over planner.
You're
I have a
so
list as well. Like I have to take it off what's going in there.
See, I have a list, but that allows me to be a last minute packer. So I'll wake up the morning of my flight, and then I look at my list, and then I'll just blitz it in like 40 minutes.
But what if you don't have everything on the list?
As long as you got your passport and your money, and your phone.
Okay.
Carry on or check in?
Check in.
You twitched there.
I know. It's because, just like wedding story, that our bags didn't come with us because our wedding was abroad, and the only thing that we had in our hand luggage was our actual wedding outfit. So we had a few days of no clothes but a wedding dress.
I love this. You're just wearing your bridal gown every day, like at the breakfast buffet, and you're just there like, it's the only dress I've got. Sorry.
I know, it's like you get married to say no.
Airport lounge or shopping?
Lounge.
Aisle or window?
Window.
City or nature?
City.
That was a long think there.
Yeah, I was thinking of nature as more like woods.
Langkawi? It's kind of more naturey.
It was a beach, so I'm a bit like...
Okay. Lay-in or early start?
Lay-in.
Poolside or seaside?
Seaside.
Planned or spontaneous?
Planned.
I think we know the answer to that.
Very planned.
Breakfast, hot or cold?
Hot.
And finally, hotel, room service or restaurant? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
already a member of the community, but finally I've managed to get you on the podcast.
Exactly. Fully cemented as well.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. So no, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.